Janice's story begins in a small town on the outskirts of a bustling city. She was born into a loving family, with parents who worked hard to provide for her and her two siblings. Growing up, Janice was a curious and imaginative child, always eager to explore the world around her. Her early years were filled with laughter, adventure, and a sense of wonder. Janice spent countless hours playing in the backyard, climbing trees, and creating imaginary worlds with her friends. She had a natural curiosity about everything, from the stars in the night sky to the insects crawling on the ground. Janice's parents encouraged her thirst for knowledge and supported her in pursuing her interests. They enrolled her in various extracurricular activities, from art classes to dance lessons, allowing her to discover her passions and develop her talents. Janice excelled in school, always eager to learn and eager to make her parents proud. As she grew older, Janice's love for learning continued to flourish. She became an avid reader, immersing herself in books of all genres. From adventure novels to historical biographies, she devoured every word, finding solace and inspiration within the pages. It was through literature that Janice discovered the power of storytelling and the ability to transport oneself to different worlds. In her teenage years, Janice's curiosity extended beyond the confines of her small town. She yearned to explore new places, meet new people, and experience different cultures. Her parents, recognizing her wanderlust, encouraged her to pursue her dreams of traveling. Janice embarked on solo trips, immersing herself in the beauty and diversity of the world. These early experiences shaped Janice's worldview and instilled in her a sense of independence and resilience. She learned to navigate unfamiliar territories, adapt to new environments, and embrace the unknown. Janice's travels also exposed her to the harsh realities of life, witnessing poverty, inequality, and the struggles faced by many. Despite the challenges she encountered, Janice remained optimistic and determined to make a difference in the world. She developed a deep empathy for others and a strong desire to help those in need. Janice volunteered at local charities, dedicating her time and energy to various causes, from education to environmental conservation. It was during one of her volunteer trips that Janice's path crossed with Austin, a charismatic and ambitious young man. They'd met in a remote village, both working on a community development project. Austin was drawn to Janice's compassion and zest for life, while Janice was captivated by his intelligence and drive. Their connection was instant, and over time, their friendship blossomed into a deep and profound love. Janice and Austin shared a vision for a better world, and together they believed they could make a difference. They supported each other's dreams and aspirations, becoming each other's biggest cheerleaders. As Janice and Austin embarked on their journey together, they faced numerous challenges and triumphs. They navigated the complexities of building a life together, from finding stable careers to creating a home filled with love and laughter. They celebrated each other's successes and provided unwavering support during times of hardship. Little did Janice know that the early years of her seemingly perfect life were just the beginning of a much greater story. The forgotten wallet would unravel secrets that would test her strength, resilience, and ultimately lead her on a path of self-discovery and transformation. But for now, as we delve into the next chapter of Janice's life, let us explore the events that led up to that fateful day when everything changed. Janice's life seemed perfect. She had a loving husband, Austin, and they had been happily married for almost 20 years. They had built a beautiful life together, filled with love, laughter, and shared dreams. Janice often reflected on the early years of their relationship, when they were young and full of hope for the future. The early years Janice and Austin had met in college, drawn to each other by their shared interests and passions. They were both ambitious and driven, with dreams of making a difference in the world. Their connection was instant, and they quickly became inseparable. As they navigated through their early years together, Janice and Austin faced the typical challenges that come with building a life as a young couple. They supported each other through the ups and downs, always believing in each other's potential. Their love grew stronger with each passing day, and they knew they were meant to be together. It was a busy morning when Austin rushed out of the house, forgetting his wallet on the kitchen counter. Janice, always organized and attentive, noticed the wallet and decided to bring it to him. Little did she know that this simple act would unravel a web of secrets that would change their lives forever. Curiosity got the better of Janice as she opened the wallet to find identification and money. But what she discovered inside left her stunned. Among the bills and cards, she found a photograph of a woman she had never seen before. Confusion and a sense of unease washed over her as she tried to make sense of the situation. Janice's mind raced with questions. Who was this woman? Why did Austin have her photograph in his wallet? Was he having an affair? The thoughts consumed her, and she couldn't shake off the feeling of betrayal. She decided to confront Austin about what she had found, hoping for an explanation that would put her fears to rest. That evening, as they sat down to dinner, Janice couldn't contain her curiosity any longer. She gently broached the subject, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and vulnerability. Austin's initial surprise quickly turned into guilt as he realized the impact of his forgetfulness. Austin took a deep breath and began to explain. The woman in the photograph was his sister, Emily, whom he had lost touch with many years ago. He had kept the photograph as a reminder of the family he had lost and the pain he had endured. He had never shared this part of his life with Janice, fearing that it would burden their relationship. As Austin shared his story, Janice's heart softened. She realized that there was so much she didn't know about her husband's past. The discovery of the photograph had opened a door to a hidden part of his life, and she understood the pain he had carried all these years. Janice and Austin spent the following days talking and reconnecting on a deeper level. They realized that their love and trust were strong enough to withstand any challenge. Janice learned to be more open and understanding, while Austin vowed to share his past with her, no matter how difficult it might be. The discovery of the forgotten wallet became a turning point in their relationship. It brought them closer together, allowing them to see each other's vulnerabilities and flaws. They realized that true love is not about perfection, but about accepting and supporting each other through the ups and downs of life. Janice's journey of self-discovery had just begun. She understood that there were still many secrets to uncover and challenges to overcome, but she was determined to face them together with Austin, knowing that their love and commitment would guide them through any storm. Little did they know that this was just the beginning of a much larger journey, one that would take them on a quest for answers, unraveling family secrets, and ultimately leading them to new beginnings filled with love, forgiveness, and happiness. Janice and Austin had been married for almost 2 decades, and their love for each other had only grown stronger over the years. They had built a life together, filled with love, laughter, and shared dreams. Their marriage was a testament to their commitment and dedication to each other. From the moment they said their vows, Janice and Austin knew that they were embarking on a journey filled with ups and downs. They had promised to support each other through thick and thin, and they had stayed true to their words. Their marriage was not without its challenges, but they faced them head-on, always finding a way to overcome any obstacles that came their way. Janice and Austin had always believed in open communication and honesty in their relationship. They shared their dreams, fears, and aspirations with each other, creating a strong foundation of trust. They celebrated each other's successes and provided a shoulder to lean on during difficult times. Their love was a source of strength and happiness for both of them. Throughout their marriage, Janice and Austin had faced various trials and tribulations. They had weathered financial difficulties, health issues, and the loss of loved ones. But through it all, they had remained united, supporting each other every step of the way. Their love had been a constant source of comfort and solace during the darkest moments of their lives. Janice had always admired Austin's unwavering dedication to their family. He was a loving husband and a devoted father to their 2 children. He worked tirelessly to provide for their family, ensuring that they had everything they needed. Janice often marveled at his ability to balance his professional and personal life, always making time for their family despite his demanding job. Their marriage was not without its fair share of disagreements and arguments, but they always found a way to resolve their conflicts. They believed in the power of compromise and understanding, never letting their differences drive a wedge between them. Their ability to communicate openly and honestly allowed them to grow both individually and as a couple. Janice and Austin had created a home filled with love, laughter, and cherished memories. They had built a strong support system of friends and family who were always there for them. Their marriage was a testament to the power of love and commitment, proving that with dedication and perseverance, any relationship could withstand the test of time. As the years went by, Janice and Austin continued to nurture their love and strengthen their bond. They made it a priority to spend quality time together, whether it was going on romantic getaways or simply enjoying a quiet evening at home. They never took each other for granted and always made an effort to show their love and appreciation. Their marriage was a source of inspiration for those around them. Friends and family often looked to Janice and Austin as an example of a successful and happy marriage. They were known for their unwavering support for each other and their ability to find joy in the simplest of moments. Janice and Austin's love story was not without its challenges, but they had faced them with grace and resilience. Their marriage was a testament to the power of love, trust, and commitment. They had weathered the storms of life together and emerged stronger than ever. Little did Janice know that the forgotten wallet would unravel a series of secrets that would test the very foundation of their marriage. But for now, in this moment of blissful happiness, Janice and Austin were content, cherishing the love they had built and looking forward to the future with hope and excitement. As Janice delved deeper into the contents of Austin's forgotten wallet, she couldn't help but feel a mix of curiosity and apprehension. The discovery she had made was unexpected and had the potential to unravel the very fabric of their seemingly perfect life together. Janice's heart raced as she sifted through the cards and receipts in Austin's wallet. Among the mundane items, she stumbled upon a small, folded piece of paper. Unfolding it carefully, she read the words that sent a chill down her spine. It was a note, written in a handwriting she didn't recognize, and it contained a cryptic message. "The truth will set you free." Confusion and doubt clouded Janice's mind. Who had written this note? And what truth was it referring to? She couldn't shake off the feeling that her life was about to change in ways she couldn't yet comprehend. Unable to contain her curiosity, Janice embarked on a quest to uncover the secrets that lay hidden within her husband's forgotten wallet. She meticulously examined each item, searching for clues that would shed light on the mysterious note and the truth it alluded to. As she dug deeper, Janice discovered a series of receipts from unfamiliar restaurants and hotels. The dates on these receipts coincided with the times when Austin claimed to be away on business trips. Doubt crept into her mind, and she couldn't help but wonder if her husband had been unfaithful. The foundation of trust that had been the bedrock of their marriage began to crumble. Janice felt a mix of anger, betrayal, and sadness. She had believed in their love and the life they had built together, but now she questioned everything. With mounting evidence of Austin's possible infidelity, Janice knew she couldn't ignore the truth any longer. She confronted him, armed with the receipts and the mysterious note. The conversation that followed was filled with tension and tears as Austin struggled to explain himself. To Janice's surprise, Austin didn't deny the allegations. Instead, he confessed to a secret life he had been leading for years. He revealed that he had been involved in a clandestine business venture that had taken him away from home frequently. The receipts were evidence of his meetings and transactions related to this hidden endeavor. Janice's world shattered as she tried to comprehend the magnitude of the deception. She felt a mix of anger, hurt, and confusion. How could Austin have kept such a significant part of his life hidden from her for so long? The realization that their perfect life was built on a foundation of lies was devastating. The strength to move forward in the aftermath of the revelation, Janice faced a difficult decision. She had to choose whether to stay and try to rebuild their shattered trust or walk away from the life she had known for so long. It was a choice that would shape her future and define her strength. Janice took some time to reflect on her marriage and the love she still felt for Austin. Despite the pain and betrayal, she couldn't deny the bond they had shared for 2 decades. She realized that their relationship was worth fighting for, but it would require immense effort and a willingness to confront the challenges that lay ahead. With determination and resilience, Janice and Austin embarked on a journey of healing and rebuilding. They sought professional help to navigate the complexities of their shattered trust and worked tirelessly to communicate openly and honestly. It was a long and arduous process, filled with ups and downs, but they were committed to finding their way back to each other. Through their shared struggles, Janice and Austin discovered a newfound strength within themselves and their relationship. They learned the importance of forgiveness, both for each other and for themselves. It was a journey that tested their resilience and forced them to confront their deepest fears and insecurities. As they emerged from the darkness of their past, Janice and Austin found a renewed sense of love and commitment. Their triumph over the challenges they faced became a testament to the power of resilience and the strength of their bond. In the face of adversity, Janice and Austin had not only survived but thrived. Their journey taught them the value of honesty, trust, and the resilience of the human spirit. Together, they had overcome the challenges that threatened to tear them apart and emerged stronger than ever before. Janice woke up to the sound of her alarm clock blaring. She groaned and reached over to hit the snooze button, but then remembered that today was an important day. She had a meeting with a potential client that could make or break her career as a real estate agent. With a burst of energy, she jumped out of bed and quickly got ready for the day ahead. As she rushed around the house, getting dressed and preparing breakfast, Janice couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and nervousness. This meeting had been months in the making, and she had put in countless hours of hard work to secure it. She couldn't afford to mess it up. Janice's husband, Austin, was still fast asleep when she entered the kitchen. She glanced at the clock and realized that she was running late. She quickly made a mental note to wake him up before she left. As she poured herself a cup of coffee, she noticed something out of the corner of her eye: Austin's wallet lying on the kitchen counter. Curiosity got the better of her, and Janice couldn't resist taking a peek inside. She knew it was wrong to invade her husband's privacy, but something about the situation felt off. She opened the wallet and was surprised to find a wad of cash tucked away in one of the compartments. It was an unusually large amount for Austin to be carrying around. Confusion washed over Janice as she tried to make sense of the situation. Austin had always been responsible with money, and they had never been extravagant in their spending. She couldn't understand why he would be carrying such a significant sum of cash without telling her. Her mind raced with questions. Was Austin involved in something illegal? Had he been hiding money from her? Janice's heart sank at the thought of her husband keeping secrets from her. They had always prided themselves on their open and honest communication. Janice's thoughts were interrupted by the sound of Austin stirring in their bedroom. She quickly closed the wallet and placed it back on the counter, trying to compose herself before he entered the kitchen. She didn't want him to suspect that she had been snooping. Austin stumbled into the kitchen, rubbing his eyes and yawning. He looked at Janice with a sleepy smile and said, "Good morning, honey. What's got you up so early?" Janice forced a smile and replied, "I have an important meeting today, remember? I need to leave soon. But before I go, I noticed your wallet on the counter. Did you forget it?" Austin's eyes widened in realization, and he exclaimed, "Oh no, I completely forgot about it in my rush this morning. Thank you for reminding me, Janice." Janice nodded, relieved that she had managed to divert his attention away from her earlier discovery. She handed him the wallet and said, "Make sure you don't forget it again. I'll see you later." As Janice left the house, her mind was still consumed with thoughts of the mysterious cash in Austin's wallet. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Determined to find answers, she made a mental note to investigate further when she returned home. Little did Janice know that her discovery would set off a chain of events that would unravel long-held secrets and challenge everything she thought she knew about her perfect life. The forgotten wallet was just the beginning of a journey that would test her strength, resilience, and ultimately lead her to uncover the hidden truth that lay beneath the surface of her seemingly idyllic marriage. Janice stood in the kitchen, holding Austin's forgotten wallet in her hands. It was a simple brown leather wallet, worn from years of use. She had intended to call him and let him know that he had left it behind, but curiosity got the better of her. She couldn't resist taking a peek inside. As she opened the wallet, she expected to find the usual contents: credit cards, identification, and perhaps a few receipts. However, what she discovered was far from ordinary. Tucked away in a hidden compartment were several photographs she had never seen before. The first photograph showed Austin standing next to a woman Janice didn't recognize. They were smiling, their arms wrapped around each other. Janice's heart skipped a beat as she studied the image. Who was this woman? And why had Austin kept this photograph a secret? Her mind raced with questions as she continued to sift through the wallet. The next photograph revealed Austin and the same woman, this time holding a baby. Janice's breath caught in her throat. The child looked remarkably like Austin, with his dark hair and piercing blue eyes. It was clear that this was their child, but Janice had never known about them. Confusion and anger welled up inside Janice as she confronted the possibility of Austin's infidelity. How could he have kept such a significant part of his life hidden from her? The photographs were proof of a secret life he had led, a life that Janice had been completely unaware of. Unable to contain her emotions, Janice stormed into the living room where Austin was sitting, oblivious to the storm brewing inside his wife. She thrust the wallet in front of him, her voice trembling with anger and hurt. Who is she? And who is this child? Austin's face turned pale as he realized that his secret had been uncovered. He stammered, struggling to find the right words to explain himself. Janice, I can explain. It's not what you think. But Janice wasn't ready to listen to his excuses. The betrayal she felt was overwhelming, and she demanded the truth. Tell me everything, Austin. I deserve to know. Reluctantly, Austin began to unravel the web of lies he had spun. He confessed that the woman in the photographs was his ex-girlfriend, Sarah, and the child was their daughter, Emily. He explained that their relationship had ended before he met Janice, but he had kept it a secret out of fear of losing her. Janice's heart ached as she listened to Austin's confession. She couldn't believe that the man she had loved and trusted for so many years had hidden such a significant part of his past from her. The foundation of their marriage felt shattered, and she didn't know if it could ever be rebuilt. In the days that followed, Janice found herself consumed by a mix of emotions. She felt anger towards Austin for his deception, sadness for the life she thought she had, and confusion about what to do next. She couldn't simply ignore the truth that had been revealed to her. Janice sought solace in the support of her closest friends and family. They listened to her as she poured out her heart, offering words of comfort and advice. They reminded her that she was not alone in this journey and that she had the strength to make the decisions that were best for her. As Janice grappled with her emotions, she realized that she needed time and space to process everything. She made the difficult decision to separate from Austin temporarily, giving herself the opportunity to reflect on their relationship and decide if forgiveness was possible. During this time apart, Janice delved into her own self-discovery. She attended therapy sessions to help her navigate the complex emotions she was experiencing. She also took up new hobbies and immersed herself in activities that brought her joy and a sense of purpose. Through this process, Janice began to find her own strength and resilience. She realized that she had the power to shape her own future, regardless of the secrets and betrayals of the past. She learned to forgive herself for any perceived shortcomings and to embrace the possibility of a new beginning. Janice's discovery of Austin's hidden past was a turning point in her life. It shattered the illusion of her perfect marriage, but also opened her eyes to the importance of honesty and trust. As she embarked on her journey of self-discovery, she vowed to never settle for anything less than the truth and to always prioritize her own happiness and well-being. Little did Janice know that her journey was just beginning. The secrets she had uncovered were only the tip of the iceberg, and the path ahead would be filled with more revelations, challenges, and ultimately, the opportunity for a new chapter in her life. As Janice held Austin's forgotten wallet in her hands, she couldn't help but feel a sense of curiosity and unease. She had never snooped through her husband's belongings before, but something about this situation felt different. It was as if fate had placed this wallet in her hands, urging her to uncover the truth that had been hidden from her for so long. With trembling hands, Janice opened the wallet and began to examine its contents. Among the usual items like credit cards and identification, she found a small folded piece of paper tucked away in one of the compartments. Carefully unfolding it, she discovered a handwritten note that sent chills down her spine. The note was cryptic, filled with coded messages and unfamiliar symbols. Janice's heart raced as she tried to decipher its meaning. It was clear that this was no ordinary wallet, and the secrets it held were far more significant than she could have ever imagined. Determined to uncover the truth, Janice embarked on a journey of discovery. She spent countless hours researching the symbols and codes, delving into ancient texts and obscure historical records. As she pieced together the puzzle, she realized that the secrets hidden within the wallet were connected to a much larger conspiracy, one that had the potential to change the course of history. Janice's investigation led her to a secret society that had existed for centuries, operating in the shadows and manipulating world events. The more she learned, the more she realized that her husband, Austin, was deeply involved in this clandestine organization. The man she thought she knew so well had been leading a double life, keeping his true intentions hidden from her all these years. With each revelation, Janice's world crumbled around her. The life she had built with Austin was built on lies and deception. The marriage and happiness she had cherished were nothing more than a facade. The challenges and triumphs they had faced together were all part of a grand plan orchestrated by the secret society. As Janice confronted Austin with her discoveries, she was met with denial and deflection. He refused to admit his involvement, insisting that she was mistaken. But Janice knew better. She had seen the evidence with her own eyes, and she was determined to expose the truth to the world. Driven by a newfound sense of purpose, Janice joined forces with a group of like-minded individuals who had also been affected by the secret society's machinations. Together, they formed an alliance to bring down the organization and expose its members to the light of day. Their journey took them to the darkest corners of the world, where they encountered danger at every turn. They faced off against powerful individuals who would stop at nothing to protect their secrets. But Janice and her allies were fueled by a desire for justice and a determination to reclaim their lives. As the secrets unraveled, Janice discovered that her own family history was intertwined with the secret society. Generations before her, her ancestors had fought against the organization, paying a heavy price for their defiance. Now it was her turn to carry on their legacy and ensure that future generations would be free from its influence. In the midst of the chaos and uncertainty, Janice found strength she never knew she had. She learned to trust her instincts and rely on the support of her newfound allies. Together, they forged a path towards redemption and liberation, not just for themselves, but for all those who had been ensnared by the secret society's web of deceit. As Janice's journey unfolded, she realized that the secrets she had uncovered were not just about her husband or her own life. They were a reflection of the hidden truths that exist within all of us, the parts of ourselves that we keep hidden, even from those closest to us. Through her quest for answers, Janice learned the power of forgiveness, the importance of self-discovery, and the resilience of the human spirit. With each step forward, Janice embraced the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. She knew that the road to freedom would not be easy, but she was determined to create a new beginning for herself and all those affected by the secrets that had been kept hidden for far too long. And so, armed with the knowledge she had gained and the strength she had found within herself, Janice continued her journey, ready to face whatever lay beyond the shadows and embrace the future that awaited her. Janice's heart raced as she stared at the contents of Austin's forgotten wallet. The discovery she had made was beyond anything she could have imagined. Her hands trembled as she carefully examined each item, trying to make sense of the secrets that lay hidden within. Among the usual cards and cash, Janice found a small folded piece of paper tucked away in one of the wallet's compartments. Unfolding it, she read the words that would forever change her perception of her husband. It was a letter addressed to someone named Emily, expressing deep affection and longing. The words were filled with promises and declarations of love that were meant for someone other than Janice. Her mind reeled with disbelief. How could this be? She had thought their marriage was strong, built on trust and love. But now, faced with this undeniable evidence of Austin's infidelity, Janice felt a mix of anger, hurt, and confusion. Janice knew she couldn't keep this discovery to herself. She needed answers, and the only person who could provide them was Austin himself. With a heavy heart, she decided to confront him about the letter and demand an explanation. That evening, as they sat down for dinner, Janice mustered up the courage to broach the subject. She looked into Austin's eyes, searching for any sign of guilt or remorse. "Austin," she began, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "I found something today that I never expected to find." Austin's face paled slightly, and he shifted uncomfortably in his chair. "What is it, Janice?" he asked, his voice tinged with apprehension. Without hesitation, Janice placed the letter on the table between them. "I found this in your wallet," she said, her voice trembling. "It's a letter to someone named Emily. Can you explain this to me?" Austin's eyes darted to the letter, and for a moment, he seemed at a loss for words. But then he took a deep breath and looked directly at Janice. "I'm so sorry, Janice," he said, his voice filled with regret. "I never meant to hurt you." As Austin began to explain, Janice listened intently, her heart heavy with each word. He confessed that he had been involved in an affair with Emily for the past year. He spoke of the loneliness he had felt, the struggles they had faced as a couple, and how he had sought solace in the arms of another woman. Janice's world shattered as she absorbed the truth. The life she had believed to be perfect was now tainted by betrayal. She couldn't help but wonder how she had missed the signs, how she had been blind to Austin's unhappiness. In the days that followed, Janice experienced a whirlwind of emotions. Anger, sadness, and disbelief consumed her as she tried to come to terms with the reality of her husband's infidelity. She questioned everything she thought she knew about their relationship and wondered if she could ever trust him again. Confronting Austin had brought the truth to light, but it also opened up a floodgate of pain and uncertainty. Janice found herself oscillating between wanting to salvage their marriage and feeling the urge to walk away from the wreckage of their broken trust. Janice knew that she needed time and space to process her emotions and make a decision about the future of their relationship. She sought solace in the support of close friends and family, who offered a listening ear and words of comfort. Therapy became an essential part of Janice's healing journey. Through counseling, she gained a deeper understanding of herself and the dynamics of her marriage. She learned to navigate the complex emotions that arose from the betrayal and began to rebuild her shattered self-esteem. Forgiveness was not an easy path for Janice. It required her to confront her own pain and confront Austin's remorse. It meant acknowledging the flaws in their relationship and working towards rebuilding trust. Over time, Janice found it in her heart to forgive Austin. It was not a quick or effortless process, but she realized that holding on to anger and resentment would only hinder her own growth and happiness. Forgiveness became a way for her to release the burden of the past and move forward. Confronting Austin had been a pivotal moment in Janice's life. It shattered the illusion of her perfect life, but also opened the door to a new chapter of self-discovery and growth. Janice made the decision to rebuild her life on her own terms, embracing the future with newfound strength and resilience. As she embarked on this journey of self-discovery, Janice learned to trust herself again. She found solace in her own company and discovered new passions and interests. With time, she began to heal and open herself up to the possibility of love and happiness once more. Janice's confrontation with Austin had been painful, but it had also set her free from the chains of deception. It was a turning point that led her towards a future filled with hope, self-love, and the courage to embrace new beginnings. Janice's heart raced as she stared at the contents of Austin's forgotten wallet. It was a small leather wallet, worn and weathered from years of use. She had never snooped through his personal belongings before, but something compelled her to take a peek this time. Little did she know that this simple act would unravel a web of secrets that would change her life forever. With trembling hands, Janice carefully examined the items inside the wallet. There were the usual things one would expect to find: credit cards, identification, and a few receipts. But as she dug deeper, she discovered something that sent a chill down her spine. Tucked away in a hidden compartment was a photograph of a woman she had never seen before. The woman in the picture was smiling, her arm wrapped around Austin's waist. Janice's mind raced with questions. Who was this woman? And why did Austin have a picture of her hidden away? Determined to find answers, Janice decided to investigate further. She knew she couldn't confront Austin without concrete evidence, so she began her quest for the truth in secret. Late at night, when the house was quiet, she would scour the internet, searching for any information that could shed light on the mysterious woman in the photograph. Days turned into weeks, and Janice's investigation intensified. She reached out to old friends and acquaintances, hoping to uncover any hidden connections between Austin and the woman in the picture. She meticulously combed through social media profiles, searching for any signs of a hidden relationship. As she delved deeper into her search, she discovered a trail of breadcrumbs that led her to a small town on the outskirts of the city. With her heart pounding, Janice decided to take matters into her own hands. She drove to the town, determined to find the truth once and for all. As she walked the streets, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. Every passerby seemed to hold a secret, and she couldn't help but wonder if they were somehow connected to the woman in the photograph. Finally, Janice stumbled upon a small cafe tucked away in a quiet corner of the town. It seemed like an ordinary place, but something drew her inside. As she entered, she noticed a familiar face behind the counter. It was the woman from the photograph. Her heart skipped a beat as their eyes met, and Janice knew that she had found the key to unlocking the secrets that had haunted her for so long. Summoning all her courage, Janice approached the woman and introduced herself. The woman's name was Emily, and she had a story to tell. Over a cup of coffee, Emily revealed that she had once been deeply involved with Austin. Their relationship had started long before Janice had even entered the picture. Emily explained that Austin had promised to leave his wife for her, but he never followed through. Heartbroken and betrayed, Emily had moved away, hoping to start a new life far from the pain of her past. As Janice listened to Emily's story, a mix of emotions washed over her. Anger, sadness, and betrayal all fought for dominance within her. But amidst the turmoil, she found a glimmer of strength. She realized that she had the power to choose her own path, to forge a new future for herself. With newfound clarity, Janice made the difficult decision to confront Austin. Armed with the truth, she faced him head-on, demanding answers to the questions that had haunted her for so long. The confrontation was painful, but necessary. It marked the beginning of a journey of self-discovery and healing for Janice. As she navigated the aftermath of the revelations, Janice found solace in the support of her friends and family. They became her pillars of strength, helping her rebuild her life and find a sense of purpose. She learned to trust again, not only in others, but also in herself. Janice's investigation had led her down a path she never could have imagined. It had shattered the illusion of her perfect life, but had also opened doors to new possibilities. With each step forward, she discovered the power of resilience and the strength that comes from facing the truth. Little did Janice know that her journey was far from over. The secrets she had uncovered were just the beginning, and the road ahead would be filled with more challenges and triumphs. But armed with the knowledge of her own resilience, Janice was ready to face whatever lay ahead and embrace the future with open arms. As Janice held Austin's forgotten wallet in her hands, she couldn't help but feel a sense of curiosity and unease. It was a simple mistake, one that anyone could make, but something about this situation felt off. She had always trusted her husband implicitly, but now a nagging doubt began to creep into her mind. With trembling hands, Janice opened the wallet and began to sift through its contents. She found the usual items: credit cards, identification, and a few receipts. But as she delved deeper, she discovered something that made her heart skip a beat. Tucked away in a hidden compartment was a small, folded piece of paper. Unfolding it carefully, Janice's eyes widened as she read the words written on it. It was a note addressed to someone named Emily. The contents of the note were cryptic, filled with promises of secrecy and clandestine meetings. Janice's mind raced as she tried to make sense of what she was reading. Who was Emily? And why was Austin corresponding with her in such a secretive manner? Fear and confusion gripped Janice as she confronted the possibility of deception within her marriage. She couldn't fathom why Austin would keep such a note hidden away, especially if it was innocent. The more she thought about it, the more questions arose in her mind. Was there something she didn't know about her husband? Had their seemingly perfect life been built on a foundation of lies? Unable to contain her emotions any longer, Janice confronted Austin that evening. She handed him the note, her voice trembling as she demanded an explanation. Austin's face paled as he read the words on the paper, his eyes darting nervously. He stammered, trying to come up with a plausible explanation, but Janice could see the guilt written all over his face. As the truth slowly unraveled, Janice discovered that Austin had been leading a double life. He had been having an affair with Emily for the past few years, meeting her in secret and deceiving Janice at every turn. The revelation shattered Janice's world, leaving her feeling betrayed and heartbroken. The days that followed were a blur of tears, anger, and disbelief. Janice couldn't comprehend how the man she had loved and trusted could have deceived her so completely. She questioned every moment of their marriage, wondering if there were other secrets he had kept hidden from her. But amidst the pain, Janice found a flicker of strength within herself. She refused to let Austin's betrayal define her. She knew she had a choice to make, to either wallow in self-pity or to rise above the deception and rebuild her life. With the support of her friends and family, Janice began the difficult process of healing. She sought therapy to help her navigate the complex emotions she was experiencing. Through counseling, she learned to forgive herself for not seeing the signs earlier and to understand that Austin's actions were a reflection of his own shortcomings, not hers. Janice also discovered a newfound sense of independence and resilience. She realized that she had neglected her own dreams and aspirations in the pursuit of a perfect marriage. Now she was determined to reclaim her identity and create a life that was true to herself. Slowly but surely, Janice started to rebuild her life. She focused on her career, taking on new challenges and finding fulfillment in her work. She surrounded herself with positive influences and cultivated new friendships that uplifted her spirit. In the midst of her journey, Janice stumbled upon a hidden talent for writing. She poured her emotions onto the pages of a journal, documenting her experiences and the lessons she had learned. Little did she know that her words would eventually become the foundation for a book that would inspire others who had faced similar betrayals. Janice's story is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of resilience. It is a reminder that even in the face of deception and heartbreak, we have the ability to rise above our circumstances and create a new beginning. Janice's journey of self-discovery serves as a beacon of hope for those who have been deceived, showing them that they too can find love, happiness, and fulfillment on their own terms. Janice's hands trembled as she held Austin's forgotten wallet in her hands. She couldn't believe what she had just discovered. Her heart pounded in her chest, and a mix of emotions flooded over her: shock, confusion, and a deep sense of betrayal. With trembling fingers, Janice opened the wallet and found a small folded piece of paper tucked inside. Unfolding it, she read the words that would forever change her life. It was a love letter, addressed to Austin, from another woman. The words on the page were filled with passion and longing, revealing a secret affair that had been going on behind Janice's back. As she read the letter, Janice's mind raced, trying to make sense of what she was seeing. How could Austin, the man she had loved and trusted for over 2 decades, betray her in such a way? The life they had built together, the happiness they had shared, suddenly felt like a facade. Tears streamed down Janice's face as she confronted the harsh reality of her husband's infidelity. The pain in her heart was unbearable, and she felt as though her world was crumbling around her. The life she had known, the future she had envisioned, all seemed to vanish in an instant. Betrayal and heartbreak consumed Janice's thoughts as she grappled with the magnitude of the situation. She couldn't understand how Austin could have kept such a significant secret from her for so long. Questions swirled in her mind. How many lies had he told? How many times had he deceived her? And most importantly, did he ever truly love her? The weight of the betrayal felt suffocating, and Janice struggled to find the strength to confront Austin. She knew that their marriage was irreparably damaged, but she needed answers. She needed to understand why he had chosen to betray her trust and jeopardize everything they had built together. Summoning every ounce of courage she had left, Janice confronted Austin that evening. The conversation was painful and filled with tears. Austin, caught off guard, tried to explain himself, but his words fell on deaf ears. The damage had been done, and no amount of apologies or explanations could undo the pain he had caused. In the days that followed, Janice found herself in a state of emotional turmoil. She questioned her own worth and wondered if she had somehow failed as a wife. The betrayal had shattered her self-esteem, leaving her feeling broken and lost. But amidst the heartbreak, Janice also discovered a newfound strength within herself. She realized that she deserved better than a life filled with lies and deceit. She made the difficult decision to leave Austin and start anew, determined to find happiness and rebuild her life on her own terms. The journey ahead would not be easy, but Janice was determined to find healing and rediscover her own identity. She sought solace in the support of friends and family, who rallied around her during this difficult time. Their love and encouragement became the foundation upon which she could rebuild her shattered life. Janice's story serves as a reminder that even in the face of betrayal and heartbreak, there is always hope for a brighter future. It is through the darkest moments that we find our true strength and resilience. And although the pain may linger, it is possible to heal, to forgive, and to find happiness once again. As Janice embarked on her journey of self-discovery, she vowed to never let the betrayal define her. She would use this experience as a catalyst for growth and transformation, determined to create a new life filled with love, authenticity, and the freedom to be true to herself. And so, with a heavy heart but a glimmer of hope, Janice took her first steps towards a future unknown, ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. Janice sat on the edge of the bed, her heart pounding in her chest. The weight of the truth she had uncovered was almost suffocating. She had spent the past few days investigating further, trying to make sense of the deception that had been unraveling before her eyes. The evidence was undeniable, and it shattered the image of her perfect life. As she stared at the forgotten wallet in her hands, Janice couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions. Anger, betrayal, and heartbreak consumed her, but there was also a glimmer of determination. She knew she couldn't ignore what she had discovered. It was time to make a decision that would change the course of her life. Janice took a deep breath and stood up, clutching the wallet tightly. She walked into the living room where Austin was sitting, unaware of the storm that was about to hit him. His face lit up when he saw her, but it quickly faded as he noticed the seriousness in her eyes. "We need to talk," Janice said, her voice steady but filled with a hint of pain. Austin's brows furrowed, and he set aside the newspaper he had been reading. "What's wrong, Janice?" he asked, concern etched on his face. Janice took a moment to gather her thoughts, trying to find the right words to express the betrayal she felt. "I found something in your wallet, Austin," she began, her voice trembling slightly. "Something that shouldn't be there." Austin's eyes widened, and he shifted uncomfortably in his seat. "What are you talking about?" he asked, his voice laced with unease. Janice took a deep breath, her hands trembling slightly. "I found receipts, hotel keys, and messages from another woman," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "How long has this been going on, Austin? How long have you been lying to me?" Austin's face paled, and he looked away, unable to meet Janice's gaze. I can explain," he stammered, his voice filled with guilt. Janice shook her head, tears welling up in her eyes. "No, Austin. There's nothing you can say that will justify this betrayal," she said, her voice filled with a mix of anger and sadness. "I deserve better than this." In that moment, Janice made a decision. She couldn't continue living a lie, pretending that everything was okay. She couldn't ignore the pain and betrayal that had been inflicted upon her. It was time to find her own strength and reclaim her life. "I want a divorce," Janice said, her voice firm and resolute. "I can't be with someone who has deceived me for so long." Austin's eyes widened, and he reached out to grab Janice's hand. "Please, Janice, let's talk about this," he pleaded, desperation evident in his voice. But Janice pulled her hand away, tears streaming down her face. "No, Austin. It's over," she said, her voice filled with a newfound determination. "I deserve happiness and honesty, and I won't settle for anything less." With those words, Janice turned and walked away, leaving Austin stunned and speechless. She knew that the road ahead would be difficult, filled with uncertainty and heartache, but she also knew that she had made the right decision. Janice had found the strength within herself to confront the truth and make a choice that would lead her towards a brighter future. She would no longer be defined by the secrets and lies that had plagued her marriage. It was time for her to find her own happiness, to rebuild her life on her own terms. As she stepped into the unknown, Janice knew that she was embarking on a journey of self-discovery and healing. She would face challenges and obstacles along the way, but she was determined to find her inner strength and embrace the future with open arms. Janice's decision marked the beginning of a new chapter in her life, one where she would learn to forgive, trust again, and ultimately find love and happiness. It wouldn't be easy, but she was ready to face whatever came her way.